Welcome back to Drawing with My Cats. Today I'll be telling two of the most embarrassing stories of my life while we make a beautiful marker painting. Let's draw together. The colors that you'll need for today's drawing are lime, pink, red, yellow, orange, light purple, blue bolt, hot pink, purple, and turquoise surf. Welcome home, art family. We're so glad to be back with you. My name is Brent, and this is Eli is on the inside of the table today, and Leo is on the outside. They switch places. Let's take a deep breath of fresh air and relax and draw together. These guys are having some sardines today, and believe me, the smell right here, not so good. But I do eat sardines. All right, so let's start with our purple marker. We'll start in the middle of our paper, and we're gonna loop out from the center. Draw a loop and spin. Draw a loop and spin. The key to this kind of drawing is spinning the paper as you go, so you have to remember to spin. So we're gonna draw another loop and spin. We're gonna keep working our way around this paper. We're gonna have a beautiful pattern of looping lines here. And then I'll show you what we do next. It's really cool. So let's just keep looping and spinning. Just relaxing and enjoying the cats and watching me draw. And I hope you guys are trying this at home too. It will be a beautiful drawing. We're doing two drawings today that form an amazing and beautiful pattern. I think you guys are really gonna like this one. It's just pretty when it's done. Okay, so what you do is go to your darker purple. So we did the light purple, now we go to dark. Let's draw together now, and we're gonna work from the outside of the loop into the center. So what you'll do is you'll come to the outside of that looping line and curve in. We're building a blossom, beautiful purple blossom. These guys, they love being a part of these drawing videos, and they're having a special treat today. If you guys can see them, they don't get sardines in every video, but when they do, they really have fun with it. Okay, so we're gonna keep drawing our loops. Keep working your way around and spinning. You guys can see, you guys see down here okay? I put a cupcake in the video today because I have a sweet tooth. And speaking of sweet tooth, I have a surprise for you guys at the end of this video today, so stay tuned because it has something to do with the sweet tooth. Let's keep working our way around and spinning. You can see this beautiful blossom taking shape. So we're gonna finish this drawing as part of a pattern, and the second drawing will be part of it. And on the second drawing, I'm telling you guys some of the most embarrassing stories of my lifetime. So this will be a fun video. You guys, we've been leaning on some very emotional and deep storytelling lately, and I really wanted you guys to loosen up and have a sense of humor. And I want you guys to see the humorous side of myself also. So that's what we're doing today. We're just gonna loosen up and have a sense of humor. So I hope some of this humor isn't too crazy for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. And not every video is this way. We'll get back to the more emotional and healing storytelling as we go. All right, so we just finished this up. And speaking of healing, a lot of you guys are writing in your comments about how healing and this channel is for you guys, and how much it helps you relax and have peace in your lives. So I really appreciate that you guys are finding peace and healing from this drawing channel. Look at that beautiful blossom we made, you guys, just like that. Such a beautiful drawing. All right, let's have a sip of our cozy drink if you guys have one. We're gonna start our second drawing and tell some funny stories. It looks like Leo got full on his sardines pretty quickly, and he's already off the table. I'm gonna pull this cup of markers in closely because I'm gonna be switching back and forth. Let me start the tutorial and then I'll tell the story. So you want to, for this we're gonna do little marks like 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Up and down. And every time you switch color, you draw in a different direction. So that one went up and down. We'll switch color. Now we're gonna draw sideways, or turn the paper and go 1, 2, 3, 4. That was hot magenta there that we just used. And you wanna just keep switching colors. Now we'll go over to yellow, and we're gonna go back, going up with yellow. You're gonna see this beautiful pattern take place before your eyes as I tell this funny story. There's two stories, so let me go ahead and you guys just watch and draw along at home. We'll go to orange now and go to the side. And the next drawing, we'll turn it and we'll go up, okay? For the next marker color. Do you guys remember possibly the moment and the place and time where the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you in your lifetime? I do. I remember the exact moment and time of the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me in my lifetime. I'll share that with you guys right now. So it was back in high school, and my friends back in high school around 10th grade, we were allowed to walk to lunch. You could leave the premises. None of us could really had cars yet, so we were allowed to walk. Like we had a Dairy Queen, and we had a couple grocery stores and a gas station. We could walk within a mile from the school. You got like 45 minutes for lunch. And we'd go down and get our lunch, and we'd come back to the school, and of course we didn't eat the best things. We'd buy a 6-pack of Coke and a box of donuts, and that's your lunch. You guys remember how it was in high school. Not real healthy. But anyway, that's what we did. Well, I don't know, you know, back then, I guess we all had stronger bladders. I mean, I never really used the bathroom in high school. I never had to. I didn't drink much water. I would drink a little bit of water, but I never even thought about using the bathroom. It's amazing how long you could go without going to the bathroom when you were younger. Think about that, you older folks like myself. Wish I could go back to that. But, so I never thought about going to the bathroom at school, really. Never really had to. Maybe I'd use the gas station at lunch sometimes. But I never used the bathroom at school. Well, one day, my buddies and I drank a little bit of extra Coke, I think, or Pepsi for that lunch or whatever I was drinking, maybe some extra water or juice. And, well, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And we got back to the school, and I didn't know where the bathroom was or anything. My friends, we were always in a group. You know how groups were. We were in a group of about 4 friends. And we got around it. You know how crowded it was around the cafeteria at lunchtime? There were everybody yelling and talking, and everything was amplified and loud. And of all the times for me to have to go to the bathroom with that much of a crowd, you know, and this bathroom was right outside the cafeteria. I could have picked any other bathroom to go into, but instead that day we got in the door and I said, you guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. I can't hold it. So we got in right in front of the cafeteria where everybody was just congregating, and I took the first door to the right. Didn't know what it was, didn't think about it. And you guys know what it was? Lo and behold, it was the girls' bathroom. And it happened to be full of girls at lunchtime, full to the point where you couldn't get anybody else in there. But I had gone in there so fast to get to one of those stalls that I ended up in the middle, surrounded by all these girls. And back in the 80s, we all had big hair. The girls had hair that was out here like this. And I swear, you guys, I was instantly surrounded by hissing cobras and Aquanet flamethrowers. And it was like, they were on me, clawing and screaming and everything. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're a good guy or a bad guy or a prankster in high school at that point, because it doesn't matter. You're surrounded and you're being pulled. I got pulled to the floor, and I still had to go to the bathroom really bad. I probably did a little bit in my pants. But anyway, Leo hears me telling this story. He likes it. Anyway, I got pulled to the floor. They're pulling me, and I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. One of my friends was reaching in. And he was reaching in to lend a hand to help pull me out of there. And these girls were screaming and pulling me by the legs, pulling me back, and my friends are pulling me by my arms. And anyway, they pulled me out into the hallway on my back, and I was laying there surrounded by hundreds of people. Anyway, guys, when you're in high school or younger, when you get embarrassed, you turn this color. And I did, probably for 2 straight weeks. But let me tell you guys this, it hurt so bad, the embarrassment hurt so bad that I ran down the hallway and just curled up next to one of those lockers on the floor, and I had tears, and I couldn't help it, but it was so embarrassing. But my friends, they didn't let it go. They weren't gonna let that go for weeks. We'd go to lunch and they'd say, hey, you gonna use the bathroom, Brent? You're gonna go in this one. And of course they'd be pointing at the girls, and they wouldn't let it go. But there was an awesome kicker to this story. We came down to about the end of the school year, we weren't long from the end of the school year when this happened. And it was about the last day before summer. And one of the girls from the bathroom, I don't know if she just felt bad for me, but she was one of the cute girls, and my friends all knew it. And she comes up to me and hands me this folded piece of paper, and it had her phone number in it. And she said, and she said to me, "Call me sometime this summer," right in front of my friends who were picking on me. And so I'll tell you how I went. I exited the last day of school that day, on my friend's shoulders like a football player who had just scored the game-winning touchdown. They carried me out on their shoulders, and I had that number, and I was just so happy. And I don't believe, I was very shy back then. I'm not sure I ever tried calling her, but it was just an amazing moment in my life to come back from such a agony of defeat to this awesome victory. So we're just having fun. I'm going to finish this drawing as I tell the second story. This was about a friend of mine that happened to him. We all had to work. We worked when I was younger at an RV factory in Elkhart, Indiana, and we were young kids, and we were only in our 20s, but we were doing well, making decent money. But my boss was young also, and he would, I know this is crazy, but he would make us do this, like, to get hired, you had to do some kind of dance, or along with your application, or some kind of sideshow. I remember a couple guys, they did some kind of karate, synchronized karate routine. It was just crazy, but then you'd get a nickname, and then you'd get hired. So everybody had their own nickname. Mine was Shaka because I had these Shaka boots that were made of leather, and they were kind of Eskimo-looking boots, and no one else had those, and they thought they were kind of cool. And my routine was something that I did with a hacky sack. I don't have a hacky sack with me, but you guys remember what hacky sacks were? They were just a little leather ball that you would bounce on your knees and feet. Some of you guys played that. I played it a lot when I was younger, and we had a lot of fun with it. It kept you in good shape. Let's continue to draw on our pattern as I tell this story. So this one new guy, his name was Al, he came and he was applying for his job, and he had to do his routine, which was some kind of dance. But for some reason, my boss couldn't think of a nickname to give him. He couldn't think of his nickname that day, and we went on for weeks. But he hired Al. Al got hired because he was a hard worker. But we just couldn't think of his nickname, and he went on without a nickname for a long time. He was the only one. Well, there came a day when he finally got his nickname. You guys aren't going to believe what happened. It's kind of humiliating and embarrassing at the same time, but it is funny. And I was there to witness the most embarrassing moment in human history. So we were all outside playing hacky sack. We'd get in a group of like 12 guys in a circle, and we'd kick it to each other across this circle. Many of us could do tricks. I did some really cool tricks where I could catch it on my neck and flip it up and catch it and do these tricks. And well, Al was kind of a beginner, and he was learning how to do that. And to make a long story short, in front of 12 guys in a circle, Al went up to do a trick, and he did the splits. And when he did the splits, Al's pants ripped out from underneath him, and unfortunately for Al, he wasn't wearing any underpants. And so just imagine the laughter of all these guys that are 20 years old. It was hard for him, I'm sure, and everybody laughed, but he was a good sport about it all, and we laughed, and my boss, they started coming up with names, and he got his nickname there, and I'm not going to say his nickname because I want you guys to try to guess what it is. So here's the hint at his nickname. Do you guys remember a movie about a whale that was in captivity back in the 1990s? They did, I think, 3 of those movies, and they would find the whale, and then they released it into freedom. That's what his nickname was, the title of that movie. So if any of you guys can guess it, you can put it in the comments. But that's how he got his nickname, unfortunately. But he was a good sport about it, and he was a really good guy, and I ended up becoming friends with him, and I haven't seen him in years. But anyway, I'm glad I was able to share a couple short, embarrassing stories with you guys. I know if you guys have some embarrassing stories from your lifetime, there may be some of you who really remember what happened and have seen some really embarrassing things happen to people. So I just wanted this video today to be just something where we could loosen up and just enjoy our time together, because the last few times, most of the time we're talking about peace and emotional hope, and art, and I wanted today to be something where we could really loosen up and have a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed my sense of humor today and drawing along with me. Let's finish this drawing up. We just have a couple more colors to add on there. We're going to put this drawing together in time lapse, and then I'm going to share an awesome surprise with you guys. The video is not done. We have something really cool happening. All right, so here we go. You guys, we have our first drawing. We did our purple blossom, and our second drawing, our rainbow weaving. We're going to put these two drawings together in time lapse right now, and I think you guys are going to like this. I'll see you back here after you see it. Check it out. So what did you guys think about that one? All those pretty colors? I thought it was a beautiful combination for our pattern art today. And all right, so normally our video comes to an end right now, but I have an awesome surprise for you. Check this out. Today we're going to make our first recipe on the channel ever. This is pretty awesome. This is, we're going to do chocolate chip blondies. All right, let's start adding the ingredients that make this amazing and delicious cookie. First, we start with 1 cup of almond butter. This stuff is amazing. It's really healthy for you. So we have our 1 cup of almond butter. We're going to quickly go through these ingredients for you guys, and then I'm also going to show a picture of the recipe at the end of this. So don't worry, you guys. You'll have a picture of the recipe. Next, we're going to go with a 1/2 cup of honey. Pour that into a mixing bowl here and mix that in. One thing about this recipe that's awesome is it's sugar-free, other than honey. I know that has natural sugar in it, but it's not only is it gluten-free, but it's sugar-free, because the only thing that sweetens it is I'm just using some raw and natural honey for that. So that should be awesome. Reach across here and put that down. Okay, then our next part of our recipe is a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Another thing that's a very healthy ingredient. I hope you guys can see okay. We're going to put all this in the bowl, and then we're going to mix it up together. So after we've added our coconut oil, we want a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just throw a little bit of that in there. All right, we're making a recipe like a professional chef right now. Okay, we got our extract in there. Now we're going to do our egg already off to the side. I have it already cracked in this cup, so just throw your egg in there. You guys see all these amazing ingredients. You'll know why this cookie's so awesome. All right, so we got our egg in there. Now we're gonna do a 1/2 cup of almond flour. I got this off of Amazon. You guys can get almond flour. That's what makes it gluten-free. And after we add our almond flour, then we're gonna do a half teaspoon of baking soda, and we have a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to add a pinch of salt. And then we'll save the best 2 ingredients for last, you guys. We're going to add our 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. That's delicious. And almost a cup of these amazing chocolate chips. There you have it, everybody. It's all in the bowl. We're going to sit down at the table and mix it now. Let's check it out. All right, ready? We're going to mix this up. Really thick because it has the you guys see, try to turn the bowl so you guys can kind of see it all mixed together. I thought you guys might want to kind of see this scene where we get the batter poured into the cake pan. If you guys can see okay, we're gonna put this all into our parchment lined 9x12 baking sheet. When this comes out of the oven, I'll cut it into pieces and we'll try a bite. So here's our cookies, fresh and hot out of the oven. Well, I wish you guys could have smell-o-vision because the whole house smells amazing. It's like you just walked into your grandma's house when she was baking some chocolate chip cookies. Got a pizza cutter. Just got this out of the oven. It's still pretty warm. Let's cut this into some pieces, into some squares, and then we'll take a bite of it. Let's try this. It's got pecans and chocolate chips in it. Oh. I'm having trouble putting into words that something that tastes this delicious could be healthy for you. So if you guys want to try to make this at home, I added pecans to mine, but you don't have to. You don't even have to add chocolate chips, but it makes it so much better. Anyway, try it, and I'll see you guys for the next part of the video. Love and peace, everybody. Thank you all for staying to the end of the video today. You're gonna be glad that you did, because we have some funny bloopers coming. The first one that I'm about to show you is just a scene where I'm talking at the table and I get tongue-tied. Check it out. All right, if you guys could have smell-o-vision, the whole house smells amazing. Like you just got home. So we're just getting warmed up with the first blooper. The second one is hilarious. I was filming a scene where I was petting Leo up close, and I think you'll enjoy that for this family-friendly, wholesome channel. But in the background, my wife Stephanie is reading fake headlines. And this headline I can't repeat on the channel really, but you guys listen, turn your volume up and listen to what Stephanie says and listen to her laughter. I love her laugh. I hope you guys like our blooper number 2.
Texas man admits to kidnapping 79 people to annually probe them while disguised as an alien.
I was filming.
Oh, sorry.
So for our last blooper today, I was filming outside an intro to a video, and Stephanie thought I was talking to her inside. So you guys enjoy our third blooper, and I'm leaving you guys with something special, something beautiful to end this great video where we just loosened up and had fun. I picked a beautiful bouquet of flowers and I sat it outside with the breeze blowing on it and the birds chirping one morning. I filmed it for a straight minute. So you guys turn your volumes up on your TV and enjoy looking at these flowers and hearing the birds chirp. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Love and peace, everybody. In this week's art video, I'm filming. That's okay. Stephanie was inside and she heard me talking and she thought I was talking to her. That's what happens when you're been married for 30 years and you talk to each other from different rooms. Most of our language is, what'd you say? And now there's a wren talking to me. Okay, let's start this over. And now it's time to thank our channel members: April, Marcy, Vanessa, Cheryl, Amira, Deanna, Karen, and Little Red Capone. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and the artwork. If you guys are interested in becoming a member, supporting the channel, and getting your name shouted out at the end of our videos, feel free to become a member.